You found a thing. You brought it tonight. I don't know whether we really want to play this. You found something that I had not heard for many years that I had done when I was in college.
Was it a surprise to know that?
It really was. I didn't know you had it.
Yeah. It's amazing. Out in Nebraska, I knew that, well, you mentioned that you once wrote your senior thesis on comedy.
I did. Thinking I knew something in those years.
And I wondered, you know, when was that, and would they still have it, and so on. They didn't have it. They looked through all the written theses. Right. Can you say feces without their blipping it out?
Sure.
And I looked all through it, and then they found this, and if you'd lend an ear...
It really wasn't written. It was on tape. I did the whole thing on tape, and it had to do with what I thought then was some kind of explanation of radio comedy.
This fulfills a long...
Are you going to play this now? This is going to sound strange because the tape is not in the best of shape.
But I think this will take us back.
This is from the Benny Show.
That's the end of a bit on Benny Show.
Did you notice how that gag was strengthened by the use of specific words that we mentioned before?
That is I, huh?
Now you can put some variations on that pattern. Repetition is always popular. In repetition, the same thing is repeated for the build or the straight line, and may or may not be repeated for the punchline. In this next illustration, the punchline is not a repetition, but a switch. But the punchline is immediately topped with a repetition of the straight line.
1949.
Well, if that sounds confusing, listen to this dialogue between Jack Benny and Mel Blanc in a scene from their version of The Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Listen to this.
Well, we'll just have to try and bluff them. Hey, you, come here. Are you a Mexican bandit?
Si.
I suppose your men are tough.
Si.
I guess they would kill us at a drop of a hat.
Si.
What's your name?
Si.
Si?
Si.
Oh, me. That goes way, but that was Jack Benny and Mel Blanc.
But
See, side. Now that holds up pretty good.
It does, and you know what I noticed is that that's 1949.
Yeah.
And the cassette says Department of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry.
You're kidding.
I crossed my heart. They can show it to you up there.
Well, they must have put obviously the wrong label on this.
I think they ran it off on that. But after that, you tell us why that was funny.
That's very funny.
And at the beginning of the thing, you say comedy is a thing you can make money at. Comedians are standing in line with a check, waiting for you to write comedy for them.
And you ended up writing comedy.
And I ended up. Yeah, now, if I'd heard that before, I'd have never given you... I went to a wedding where the bride was pregnant and they threw puffed rice. I never would have written that joke.
And a good line it was. We'll be right back. Oh, good.